Michael Priv is a screenwriter and author of many books, as well as a psychic healer. Threshold Radio will now be interviewing him in the first of 2 broadcasts, based on his experience as a healer and his book called You Are a Psychic, The Healer's Handbook. This first broadcast is called A Journey to Psychic Healing. Recently, we interviewed Michael about another book, The Golden Fleece, The Diary of a Scientology Warrior. The Golden Fleece chronicles his life as the head of the translation unit in Scientology. It is basically the story of a person who believed heavily in the value of auditing in Scientology, but he became increasingly skeptical of the organization. Life was not easy working for Scientology, but he persevered for years and wound up accused of treason by the organization, but managed to escape from his rehabilitation prison. He then had to rebuild his life after many years in the Sea Org, a part of Scientology known for its highly structured lifestyle and relentless efforts to promote Scientology around the world. In part 1 of this 2-part program, Michael reveals some of his history following his extensive Sea Org experience. The end for him actually began when he was tried for treason.
So I spent a year in there, even like a little longer, like 13 months in that prison. And finally, I managed to escape dramatically and so forth. And with not a penny in my pocket and no belongings of any kind, nothing even at all. I managed to make my way from Los Angeles to San Francisco, where my parents lived. And I crashed on their sofa for a couple of weeks. And then I started a new life at the age of 45.
Having felt that although Scientology helped people clear their mind in certain ways, it did not really satisfy some of its claims to take people to another level where they would experience certain paranormal abilities. To this end, Michael studied literally dozens of religions. During this time, he was drawn to 3 spiritual teachers, Wayne Dyer, Christie Marie Sheldon, and Michael Beckwith, whose systems he not only studied but practiced. Following a powerful spiritual experience after performing an exercise offered by Michael Beckwith, he began to get his spiritual sea legs and found the direction he was looking for, which was psychic healing. This broadcast chronicles his journey and some of the conditions necessary to begin to actually practice this type of healing. This book begins with a disclaimer, which I am publishing here, which also applies to anyone who is listening to this program. Quote, this handbook is a tool of spiritual enhancement. It is intended for development of spiritual skills and abilities. It is not intended as a substitute for medical help and does not advocate the abolishment of medical services. Any medical condition should be checked by a qualified medical doctor. And although you can buy this book on Amazon and in Michael's website, you can also read it on his site for free. Join us on the first of 2 broadcasts on Michael Priv's book, You Are a Psychic, The Healer's Handbook.